everynyann. Kitty, blessed. Today I will be doing a very simple, very casual, very god-baddie cosplay. Misa Amane. Oh, no, don't go. So Misa was one of the first gods I was ever introduced to. No, and that was at a very formative age. Hey, Picky. I'm being attacked. Nami Nene, they. Destiel protect. Oh, she's scared of the Destiel. The power of love. I defeat you, demon. She stopped her attacks. So, as I was saying, I was introduced to Misa at a very formative age. My third eye opened to alternative fashion, and I really wanted to cosplay her since I was a teen, basically. And you know, what are your 30s for if not for doing everything you wanted when you were a teen and your parents said no, and we don't have money, and can't you just be normal like other kids? But that went a little personal here, but you know what I mean. Oh, basically, I ordered a bunch of stuff for Misa's outfit and for my future outfit from Cider. So this is obviously not sponsored. No one is paying me. Trust me. So I paid for everything myself. I am very cheap when it comes to buying clothes because, I'm usually like, this was €5 in the thrift store. This was €1 in the thrift store. I had this since I was a baby. My expectations are already very high when I have to pay full prices for anything. One like is €1 dress in the thrift store. So I will start with the Cider haul. I had quite a few ads for some very cute items that were giving me the god-baddie vibe. And I read that they are quite affordable. We'll see about that. I don't like all the double digits in the prices, but no, we'll see. I get most of my stuff either second hand or I find it in the trash. But I am missing some items in my closet, especially the accessories. I woke up upset one day on a payday, so before I knew it, I was just adding everything to cart. Okay, let's see what we got. So first we got something that reminds me of the most gothy item in existence, and it's the bust. Nami, you want to join? No, she just wants to eat the plastic. When I saw it, it brought back some nostalgia, some memories. I remember everyone having... Nami, what are you eating? Is it plastic again? It's not food. People will think I don't feed you. Oh no, she's eating the food now. Anyway, so I remember everyone had either the corset or the bust version of this, and let's see what we can get for €22. So ordering it, I remember that this used to be more expensive because I didn't have it because I didn't have any money. But yeah, I remembered correctly. It wasn't just me being a cheapest bitch again. It was much more expensive because this is technically a corset belt, which technically correct. This is the best kind of correct when I do it. However, there is a problem. It's not the size that I ordered. I see that the size on the bag says M, which is the size that I ordered. I'm not sure which bag, but none of the bags are size S. But when we look at the corset, it says size small. We might also learn in this video about their return policy. Okay, next up for Misa, I really associate the long gloves with her vibe, aura, persona, whatever the fuck. So I don't have really any gloves, so I got her these ones. They are nice, lacy and corset, which is, basically Misa. Here they are. The details fit her perfectly, and these cost €11. So these are just as they were pictured and described, but I do believe they would maybe be a little better if they were a little longer, so it would go over the elbow a little bit. Yeah, I like them, they're cute, great for the cosplay. I mean, as I said, would be greater if they were longer, but they're not gonna be. No, we're doing the buying of the cosplay today. I'm not making the gloves. And that, it fits and it is as described, not overly expensive. I would give that 4 out of 5. Okay, next, this one is my favorite. It's this heart choker for €5. Honestly, say less. This is so Misa, this is so me. Oh God, don't beat up the microphone. It fits her perfectly, it fits me perfectly, so it's perfect. I got exactly what I expected to get. The only extra thing that we could have is like an extra loop, in the back, to hold this. Usually they don't give me enough loops for belts, but it really bothers me when it just flops around. My sensory issues cannot deal with it. Yeah, it's a minor issue. All the companies do that. I don't know why. Will we never financially recover from one tiny loop? Yeah, it's a minor issue in my opinion, and it's 5 out of 5. But we will see how the leather holds up. Time will tell. Then we're having this lacy top. It's just very simple black short top, short sleeves and low back, pretty basic. However, I do really like layering the outfits with the lacy shirts, but none of the shirts that I have are completely lacy. It's just a part of it, it's lace. So a lot of my outfits, fall apart is, sometimes the top layer doesn't cover all the lacy parts. So that's why I just ordered one today. It was €13. It's exactly what I expected. A 4 out of 5. It's not amazing to give it a 5 out of 5. Also, the price, I have been shopping at thrift stores. Anything that has double digits is that's -1 point from me. Then I got the Moon and Stars tights and belt, which was not exactly like Misa related, but I was looking for the belt situation similar like this, so I got that, and I got tights to match as well. The belt was €10 and the tights were €9. The belt is cute, but it does look a little cheap in my opinion. Also, I thought that it was gonna have more moons than just this, because this is then the chain. I thought that at least another one of these moons that we're gonna have. So I believe this is another one of the technically correct situation, because yes, there are only this many moons on the picture, but I think it's taken in such a way that someone like me would suggest there are more, but there aren't. I didn't see any pictures where it's very clear that it's only this many moons, Yeah, like I said, the technically correct is the best kind of correct when I am the one that's technically correct, okay? Not when other people do it. The chain is a little too long, however, that is because I ordered the LXL size because MS was sold out. I did assume that was gonna happen. I will just shorten the chain. I'd give that a 3 out of 5. It's pretty good, technically correct. No, I don't feel like I'm getting scammed, but I am not amazed. I saw now the tights. Tights are my least favorite item today. And so I did expect them to be very thin, and they are. They got caught. I don't know, was it on a nail or something, but they got caught while I was putting them on for that video. Yeah, there is a hole already. I didn't even wear them out yet. I don't love that. And even though I didn't expect the quality to be the best tights I ever saw, I really expected a little more. It's gonna be 2 out of 5 if the print stays while washing. You know, the print looks good and it's very cute, but if the print also falls apart immediately after washing, then it's 1 out of 5. Okay, so the price of everything was $59.50 and I got 15% discount for signing up, and there is free shipping over 59 euros. So yeah, I get a met. If you get over, it's free. Oh, it took 10 days to get here, which is, pretty good. So now I'm probably not gonna buy new clothes for 6 months. A while ago, I ordered the wig from one of the stores here because, I wanted to see what I have available on a shorter notice. Because, if you watched my Urchan cosplay, you know that I ordered the wig and I received absolute trash. I know, trash! So this one I got for around 20 euros, and the blue one from Urchan was almost as much, and this one is so much better in comparison, and it's not that very different from the ones that I usually ordered actually. Unfortunately, this particular store did not have a short blue wig in stock back when I was doing Urchan, so yeah, here we are. So I know I will address the obvious controversy immediately. This week is not just Misa's week. I got it for the generic themed events because I only have the black one. It would be nice to be able to switch it up. So more variety, means more variety. I'm a person of many words. This is scripted, so you can tell there are zero thoughts behind here. Also, the makeup went okay today. I did manage to get the lashes. I don't manage to do that every time I want to wear them. I have semi-successfully made the anime eyes makeup a few times. Today was mid, but you know what? We managed to get here, so which is also not what always happens. And so with that, I have everything I need for this cosplay, except for the Death Note, which is essential because without it, I am just a god baddie. So I was going to buy a black notebook for the Death Note, but as we established already, I am a cheap ass bitch. So while I was in the store holding in my hands a notebook that cost 3 euros, I was thinking, surely, I have something at home that I can use for this. Surely I do. It's a fucking trash pile, so should find something. So I went digging through my trash and I found this random notebook at home. It has a brand logo on it and it has been gathering dust for years. I honestly forgot how I got it. I took the notebook apart like this, and as always, zero knife safety. I honestly thought this was gonna be easier, because I had a feeling that the glue gave up years ago, but there was one molecular working overtime, so the paper that connects the cover and the book part are ripped, which means I will be replacing them, and I was really hoping not to do that. When that was taken apart, I proceeded with the original plan I had to paint it all black. Unfortunately, the paint was not able to hide the logo because the print was way too smooth. So the paint just is not sticking to it. I tried painting it over a few more times, to build up on the paint, but it was just not working out. So I went with my backup plan, which was to cover the whole cover in fabric. So I got a leftover piece of black fabric and first just glued it on front just like this with a wood glue. I left that to dry completely and then I used contact glue on the inside. That's because contact glue is much stronger than wood glue and it's gonna secure the edges, so it will for sure not go anywhere. It all worked out great except for corners. I did some more detailed gluing around the edges, and it wasn't the smoothest situation ever, so I did paint over the glue with some black, so to make it a little less obvious. Then, since my paper ripped in the beginning, I took some paper that's a little sturdier to do this. I think it would look really good to do it with the black paper, but I didn't have any at home, so this is what we're using. I measured the original and cut out the same dimension as the original, so I just cut off the old paper and glued the new one using wood glue. I used too much, so it went everywhere. Fun times with that. So yeah, that was fun. I then put it under some heavy books for a few days. When this was nice and flat, or at least flat enough, it was time for the writing. For the writing, I decided to do the writing that Light has, because I swear I have no idea what the fuck is this writing supposed to be. I first drew a loose design on with a chalk, and then I just went in with my most riggedy-ass paintbrush. I ran out of the good white acrylic, so I had to use the cheap one that I still had at home. It's fine for a lot of stuff, except when you want a good coverage, which is something I wanted today. So I ended up just going over and over it like 5 times to get a nice semi-solid base. And with that, I am done with the notebook actually. So I know the size of the notebook is not correct, but you know what? It sometimes is like that when the budget is whatever I can find in the trash can. No, because we will never financially recover from spending the €3 on that fucking notebook. Goddamn. Oh, hi, didn't see you there. Okay, so this is the final Misa look. And yeah, so I think this was a very fun, very cute, very budget cosplay. And this is something that I would have probably put together when I was a teen. Or at least I wish I was able to. So that was kind of like my narrative. I mean, it didn't start, with me healing my inner teenager and dealing with my trauma when I started doing this, but it ended like so. So, we will embrace that. So I might actually get her own wig, because this was much more fun than I thought it would be, and would like to cosplay her again and to give her a proper wig. So anyways, I will be probably wearing this to a convention next month. So this cosplay was very average actually. Experience-wise, nothing went completely wrong and nothing went completely right. But yeah, is this like how average cosplayer experiences this experience? Because I usually am, crying at 3 a.m. before going to a convention. Overall, I am very happy I did it. I'm very happy I had an average cosplay experience for once in my life. Yeah, I do. I love the outfit. Hair could be better. But I mean, everything could be better, but nothing is bad. Alright guys, this is gonna be it for this video. Like and subscribe or comment your full government name. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.